So, the reunification of Skyrim. Gonna continue this. So I'm gonna help General Tullius quell the Stormcloak Rebellion, reunite Skyrim by restoring Imperial control. Sounds about right. Let's go there. And I can have my first good look around Solitude. Every time I've been there I've just been going in to report to those guys. Report to the Legion. Have you killed the person yet? Report back. Have you killed this? Have you done this? Have you quelled the Stormcloaks? Let's see what these guys can actually do.
Hey, you mix potions, right?
Who am I kidding? You know, it's just all gonna be me.
Being old's not so bad.
All gonna be me. Everything I'll take over. All of the forts and they'll take the credit.
Someday soon you will
Bastards.
what you do here today.
Right.
If it's arms or armor you need, see Barrand in Castle Dower. Bloody good blacksmith, that one.
You,
Stay sharp.
Tullius.
It's good we hold the Reed. By defeating Ulfric at Whiterun, we have solidified the allegiance of the Jarl. Perhaps the Stormcloaks will soon lose heart for this little rebellion of theirs once and for all.
Wouldn't count on it.
I'm promoting you to Quester. Take this blade, a symbol of your new station and responsibility. I'll keep an eye on your progress. The Empire rewards excellence, and so do I.
Oh yes. What are my new orders?
You'd be wasted as a regular soldier. I have special plans for you. You'll be of greater use to me with greater flexibility. Make your way to our hidden military camp in the Pale. Rikke will have important tasks for you, and will need you when we reclaim the capital.
Right. Yeah, more details.
You'll be doing whatever Rikke tells you to do, and I expect you to find creative ways to disrupt the Stormcloaks along the way.
Sure.
For the Empire.
If by creative you mean stab them in the face. Right, let's have a look at this new blade. Weapons. Elven Sword of the Blaze. Burns the target for 25 points. Targets on fire take extra... Oh, that's quite good. Yes, much better than what I have. Let's equip it and see how it goes. Favourite it as well. Okay. Fine, fine. I'll go to this place.
Rebels.
Godlike Whitemane is in a better place now. Or is there any place better than Sovngarde?
Okay, out the door.
I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken brawls. Been too long since we've had a good bandit raid.
Right. I have my next quest to go to the Pale, apparently. I don't know, is that just a region? It's up here. Anyway, I'm going the wrong way. But this is the Imperial camp next to Dawnstar. Ustengrav is the furthest, or sorry, the closest point to it. It is quite close to Solitude as well.
Mind yourself in my city, friend. This here axe in full swing is a right terrible sight.
Thank you for the advice. I'm gonna go this way this time. I don't usually
Go fiddling with any
go
locks
down
around
here. I'm gonna have a good look around. What do we have to do here? Don't know, does that go up there? Possibly. Temple of the Divines. Get a blessing.
They say Ulfric Stormcloak murdered the High King with his voice.
Yes, they say a lot of things. Ah, that's quite a nice region round here. Buildings look quite nice.
Stay out of trouble, Redguard.
Very Nordic. Torre Vici. Who's this? Proudspire Manor. Okay. What do we have here? Advar. I can go in at night. He must be a quest. Oh, Yvette San. Well, maybe they're not all quest ones, maybe they're just in their houses. Ildi. Hello.
Dean Inga says a bard can never have enough practice. So, would you like a tune? I'm a bard, from the Bards College here in Solitude. Wanderers like you should think about applying.
The Bards College, eh?
Thanks
I
for
may
taking
possibly
the
go
time.
in and have a look.
People never want to talk to me.
Where is that? I've already got that in my miscellaneous journal somewhere. Let's just take all these other ones out. We don't need these right now. Talk to the companion leaders. Investigate the Bards College. That would be the one I would be looking for. Aha! So it's right here. Let's have a look in the Bards College. Hello. Interesting headgear.
Welcome to the Bards College. I'm the headmaster here. How may I help you?
I'm looking to apply, of course.
Always a pleasure to meet a prospective bard. You should be aware that many apply, but we accept very few people. When possible, we ask applicants to perform tasks the college needs completed. In this case, I do have a task befitting an aspiring bard.
Really?
Elisif has forbidden the burning of King Olaf, a festival put on by the Bards College. We need to change her mind. To convince her, I want to read King Olaf's verse, a part of the Poetic Edda, the living history of Skyrim. Unfortunately, the verse was lost long ago.
Ah, yes, of course.
Yes, according to Giraud, our history's keeper, the portion of the Edda dealing with King Olaf might still exist in Dead Man's Respite. I need you to retrieve the poem.
Now I can ask him typical questions. So, how has the war affected the college?
Not much. But as a bard, I find the whole affair depressing. There are no heroes in this war, no winners to be had, and no real conclusion. If you want something a bard can dig into, look to the dragons. 1,000 years from now, Skyrim will have changed rulers dozens of times, but the return of the dragons, that story is once in an era. Not much, to be honest. Their return was a shock to us all. Gerard Germain has some tomes about them in the library, if you're interested.
Maybe I'm interested.
I think Giraud here would give you the best explanation of both it and the history of King Olaf's verse. You should speak to him about it. As you may be aware, Elisif's husband, High King Torrig, was recently killed. Elisif mourns her husband deeply, and she feels that a festival that burns a king in effigy is distasteful.
Yes.
I tried to convince her the festival is many centuries old and celebrates solitude, but I need proof. I believe King Olaf's verse will provide that proof.
Sure, sure.
I wish you luck in finding the
Is
verse.
this Giraud? It is, it is.
Good to meet a prospective bard.
Training in the art of speech.
Well, we've come to the right place.
And he is a master. Well, I'll train once, yeah, sure. Boom.
He's sending you after King Olaf's verse, then. That's good. We shouldn't leave it lying around now that I figured out where it is. The verse was Svafnir's contribution to the Poetic Edda, the living history of Skyrim. Each bard adds to the Edda in his or her time.
Right.
and a very ancient one. The verse criticized the reigning King Olaf. He was so incensed the bard was put to death and all the copies burned. At least, that's what we thought until I translated some ancient texts a year or so ago. We now believe King Olaf buried the truth with the bard. If I'm right, Svaknir and King Olaf's verse lie in Dead Men's Respite, along with the burial chamber of King Olaf himself.
Cool. Well, I'll go and...
Be careful.
I'll go and have a look at that
just
for you
King Olaf's
guys,
verse
and then
in
I'll
Dead
come
Man's
back to
Respite.
this place. Seems pretty studly in here. I've got my entry mission for it, so... That's one thing. The Bards College. So this is where it is in Solitude. I have absolutely no focal point, obviously, until I go to the local map. There we go. So this is where you would pop in. Front door. You've sort of got the main entrance which leads you up to Castle Dower. That's the door I usually go in, I suppose. There's the Emperor's Tower, I haven't been in there yet. And you just got all these houses. Catacombs. All the Dead. Not much else really. Not much else. I suppose my look around Solitude is finished. The next thing I'm gonna have to do is regain the Pale, I think. But I do now have the Bards College, Tending the Flames. That's another thing that I could keep my eye on. Hello, who's this? It's one of my buddies, just walking out of the camp.
If those rebels think they can best us, they have another thing coming.
Don't walk too far, you know you'll get jumped by the Stormcloak. Aha! Here's the camp. Suppose you can still see him. Where the hell is he going? Is he walking off for a piss over there? It's better not look, I suppose. That would be weird. Hey there, Quartermaster.
What do you need?
What do I need? What do you have? You have some very nice stuff. Do you have good swords? No. No one has good swords. Elven armor. Elven shield of waning fire. %, more powerful. Well, nothing in here that's better than anything I already have. So I'm not going to waste my money. Ah, you have horses. Maybe you might be charitable enough to give me one. Alchemy lab. I always like to use these when I see them, but I'll abstain this time. Bloody rags. No, you're alright. I don't really want them.
Oh, the pain! Somebody stop the pain!
Do you want me to stop the pain?
Pain. Somebody stop the pain.
Really? I could easily stop it. I'll probably get into trouble. Ah, a cooking spit. Right, I need to report to Rikke.
Something to report?
Well, no, you know, I came here to ask you what my... Oh, never mind.
The General and I have our disagreements, but he's the best hope for both the Empire and Skyrim.
You think, do you? I think he's a bit of a dickhead. Then again, what do I know? I'm just a quasi-Aussie, whatever the hell I am.
The rebels. They can't see the big picture. Skyrim needs the Empire as much as it needs us.
Well, some events have meant that the Empire's crumbling. After Martin died in the Oblivion Crisis, you know, I mean, that kinda was the beginning of the end. You're kind of just bugging out, aren't you? Never mind. What are we doing here?
In these grave times, each legionnaire must be his better self at all times and under all conditions. I need you to deliver some false orders to the Stormcloak commander in Dawnstar. But first, we need to get our hands on some rebel orders to make the forgeries. The Nightgate and Candlehearth Inns are frequent stops for Stormcloak runners. See if you can't convince one of the innkeepers to help you. One way or another, get me those documents. But don't do anything rash if you go to Windhelm. Well, soldier, can you do this?
Yeah, I can do it.
Show the rebels the futility of their cause.
Okay. That's fine, I will totally show them the futility.